Hi, this is Marco Minnemann. And yeah, what you just saw was like just a little bit of stick technique, my finger control technique, and you know, Miller technique, and my own technique that I'm using to kind of accent and play fast, and play precise and with dynamics. And actually, I think it's very important, you know, to see, you know, how the stick bounces is actually like, you know, the main focus to hit right. Not to hurt yourself, to be precise, to focus on a good tone on the drum, to not over-compress the drum. It's all in your technique. And check out Ralph Humphrey because he knows what he's talking about. So check his class out.
So here is a bounce stroke, no particular speed. I'm going to be basically doing some general medium height bounces. So what I'm doing is this. I'm sending the stick down, and then I'm turning the wrist as the stick comes up in a continuous motion. So it's very important to consider the bounce stroke as a continuous down-up motion.
Notice where the arrow is pointed. You can see the image of the stick indicating that it has stopped, meaning you now have to do the work to bring it back. When practicing the upcoming exercises, look at the point of impact. See if you see a brief image of the stick. If you do, you know that you're not following the bounce of the stick. Relax. Let the stick do the work. Follow the bounce of the stick.
You have the thumb and the forefinger basically side to side, and then you have the middle finger that basically is the teeter-totter point. And if you think of that as a sort of a three-point grip, with the other two fingers sort of being there but not really being too involved, at least in the beginning. And you learn how to, just like bouncing a ball, you know, and basically what you see here is you see the wrist following the bounce back up. And that's the key. A lot of guys, they don't quite understand this part of the motion, you know. Sometimes it's this, you know, you get this sort of hammer look, you know, because they don't understand the bending of the wrist is very important.
They wonder why they sound so stiff.
That's
when they
right,
play with the band.
Because they look stiff.
So for drums, it starts with that motion you're talking about.
And Ralph gives us the lesson here on how to bounce the stick, and then goes into a series of lessons utilizing the bounce of the stick and a lot of the different strokes.
Right.
And what you were saying, Joe, about, you know, the feeling of the stick and the vibration of the stick and how important it is as you feel it going down and striking.
If the stick was falling through space, and if everything was at a certain speed, that's important, at a certain speed. And if your forearm, everything followed the stick at the same speed, you would have no weight in your hand.
Be weightless.
You're weightless. You feel like you had a straw.
Mm-hmm.
And as soon as you hit the pad or the drum, and if you did the same thing, just followed it back up, now you have weight. But until then, when you leave and come back, you have no weight. So that's another way of thinking.
Right.
That'll help you get that stick back up.